Today, I'm going to talk about Riotact. It's actually really hot sitting standing here. I'm going to cover a couple of things very briefly. What is Riotact? Some of you know that already. I'm going to talk about some stuff about media consumption, advertising, and the social media space, which is quite topical at the moment. And I'm going to cover how to identify a great referral for Riotact. Okay, so let's start with what Riotact is. Right, in a nutshell, Riotact's an online newspaper. The cross between online newspaper and social media forum. Particularly dedicated to ACT and the local region. Right? It's been around since November 2000. Right? The term social media didn't exist in November 2000. The term blogs didn't really exist. And certainly the terms of citizen journalism didn't exist either. Right, Riotact now reaches around 185,000 unique visitors per month. Okay, which is a fair chunk. Unlike everything else, we have to try and guess. If someone doesn't hit the site, it doesn't load, and therefore we don't increment our numbers. So that's a very accurate figure. Believe it or not, that's more users than Facebook in the local region, and twice as many as Twitter. Some of you may not know. Okay. I know Facebook, for example, Facebook talk around their 800, 900 million users. They're not all your customers, they're not necessarily someone you see. Okay, let's talk about media consumption. About 10 years ago, the internet was down here. Okay, this is from Nielsen's NetView ratings last year. They do a survey every year on people on media consumption. And our internet is people consume more time on the internet. The magazines, newspaper, radio and gaming put together. Right? TV hasn't moved a lot, people still watch TV. But everything else has changed a bit. What does that mean for you? Guess what? Your customers are now online. Your customers' customers are now online. And that's where they're consuming your information. Alright, so what does that mean? Okay, does that mean advertising's dead now that social media exists? The answer to that question is not even close. Right. A couple of people in the room are very small, they've talked about branding. Branding is still very important in engaging with your customers. Right. I spoke very briefly last week on mindshare. Okay? If you don't have mindshare in your customers, they will not engage with you no matter what forum you're in. Right? That's why we get up here every week and we talk for our 60 seconds to reinforce what our brand message is, who we're looking for. Okay. If you don't own a share of that mind space, then engage with someone else. And Ash is going to nod sagely at this, aren't you, Ash? Right. Think about when you go to the supermarket. What is the brand of biscuits you pick up? Anybody? Klaus, what brand of biscuits do you pick up at the supermarket? If you go, let's pick somebody else. Arnott's? Why do you buy Arnott's? Because you always have. Okay? Not because they're better, because they've owned significant mind share since you were young. Teams. Yeah. Alright. Now a lot of people don't know this. You need to be exposed to someone 7 to 12 times before they'll even pay attention to what you're saying. In BNI, we talk about a referral confidence curve. That first couple of months that you're in BNI, you don't get any referrals, and this is exactly the reason why. Because you do not own that mind share, and you do not have a recognition for what you're saying amongst the members of the chapter and your customers. Alright, so why social media? Okay, communication is changing. Right, how we're communicating is changing. Right, we're now tweeting, Facebooking, liking, okay, online chat, spending more and more time online. What this also means is we're now starting to trust people we've never met face to face. Okay, and that's absolutely critical to sell what you're selling. How long you can control a conversational brand? In fact, I would challenge that notion. I don't think you can ever control a conversation about your brand. Okay, what you can do is influence it. Okay, you can influence by the way you dress, the way you speak, the message you put out, the consistency of that message, and where you put it is very important. Right? Social media allows you to influence via a two-way conversation how your customers and potential customers perceive you and your brand. Okay? Your brand is not what you think it is, it's what your customers perceive of you. Alright, so how does Riotact fit into this picture? Okay. Riotact is a couple of things. We do both advertising and social media solutions. Okay. We allow people to have a conversation with you about your brand, and Sunrise chat with some people at Riotact really, really well. Okay, by starting to educate a broader audience in a way that continues to build the business ongoing. Okay, we heard Brian a couple of days ago talk about a customer that he had, didn't even have to give a quote because he'd done research about Woodbridge flooring online, found a couple of great referrals and testimonials about his service online. Okay, adult find a good referral. I hope you're going to read that, it might be a bit light. I'll go into some more details there. Alright, think about the people you meet at networking functions. Who's been to a networking function recently, other than this one? You guys need to get out there, come on. Right. If you meet someone at a networking function, they say, "Hi, I'm Tim from Telstra," I'm pretty sure you know what they do. Alright? But if they introduce themselves from a company, you have no clue what the company does. Right? Chances are they need some branding help. Okay, they need more exposure. Right, traditional advertising mediums are in decline. Right, I hear all the time people complaining about the camera times. They get charged more for less circulation. Okay, Riotact advertising is cheaper, it gives them more certainty and cost per eyeball, and you can directly track response rates. Okay, and that can control and influence how you tweak your message to get the best bang for buck. Social media can be a very powerful marketing tool if leverages properly. Right, most businesses we start to do that. A lot of people, sorry to pick on you again, Derek, a lot of people jump straight into Twitter and Facebook without any idea of the strategy, and Derek did touch on that last week. Okay, they go, "I need some likes." What are you going to do with them there? Right. Twitter, 54% Black and Hispanic usage. Right. Facebook's a good one, the ACT. Pinterest, anyone heard of Pinterest yet? Okay, Pinterest is a new social media channel. 90% female in the US. Okay, that's their audience. Right, so each social media channel has a very different one. Riotact conveniently, just about all in camera. Right, online advertising is more dynamic and flexible than any other media channel, responding in near real time about how your customers are interacting with you. Your message enables a higher return on investment. All right, if you put an ad in the Yellow Pages, which is just about released in their new slim form factor, all right, it's 12 months before you can change it. Okay, this you can change in 5 minutes, if not less. Right, last but not least, advertising creates an awareness in people. When the general public become conscious that product services are good under a new brand or your brand, they're more likely to buy and say other people towards those other brands. Okay, what car did you just buy? Why did you buy that car? Okay, same sort of thing. Still not sure? Okay, if you're still not sure, they might look something like this. These companies have all advertised on Riotact. Anyone see those? Okay. That's not to say that your businesses aren't as important. Okay. Just quickly again, after an introduction, you don't know what they do. The first one. Second one, are your clients advertising traditional media channels and not getting the results? Or frankly, just don't know if they're getting results. Third, talking to someone and they're talking about social media. Fourth, someone says business is slow. Right? A bit like a funnel. Money comes out the end, leads go in the front. If business is slow, you're not putting enough leads in the front. And last, is it a new business or a new business to Canberra? And they're trying to raise market awareness in the Canberra space. Okay, now what? Okay, you can scan that sexy QR code for those people that are QR code readers. And go to our advertising page and find out more information. Book a dance card with me or visit the Riotact.com to find out more information. Thanks for your attention.